Exactly. It's a little too perfect,
like a
but
horror comedy.
it would have been just as easy for them to be already on the beach walking through the jungle and she kind of finds them. It's easy for her to still intercept them before
Sure.
the other guy, meets them. But
So let me ask you this real quick. Well, last thing before we get to scoring this. So who in this movie, who are you rooting for?
oh, Rachel McAdams, 1,000%.
Are you rooting for Rachel McAdams? Marty, who are you rooting for?
The boar?
Definitely not rooting for I'm not rooting for the boar. The boar started it.
No, you're supposed to root for Rachel McAdams, right? Yeah.
Absolutely.
Welcome to season 4 of Talking Pondo. Talking Pondo is a podcast where Clif and Marty give each other a film to watch and talk about them in detail. Some episodes will include a special guest.
Linda Little ends up on Saturn, will not be seen this week, so we may bring you the following displacement.
I love it. Good old Linda Little. She ain't so little now, is she?
She's like a Marvel character with that both words with the same letter.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. The
Raimi was still
alliteration.
Marvel world a little bit there.
We'll get there. There's definitely some Marvel nods in this movie for sure. In those movies for sure. But hey, we're back.
We are back. We never left. We're always here in your phone, your computer, your podcatcher, your RSS feed. It's Talking Pondo. We're back once again because we never left. I'm Marty, and we have
Clif. Hi, how are you?
Finishing a drink of water there. So if you're wondering what the dramatic pause was about. And so we're back with the movie format again. So we got 2 more movies. Well, what are the 2 movies we are talking about this week, Clif?
Today we've got a couple of interesting ones because they've got an interesting connection of being a survivor, right? Having the knowledge to survive when things go crazy. And so we've got The Quiet Earth and we've got Send Help.
Oh, yeah.
And Quiet Earth being from 1985 and Send Help being from 2026. 41 years apart, but for some reason kind of similar in a weird way.
Yeah. I meant to look up how old the script for Send Help was because it felt like maybe that one had been around a little bit. But anyways, we have a guest today, as we are wont to do.
Woohoo!
And our guest today is the director of such classic audio plays as Do Rabbits Dream of Electric Sheeps and the classic What About Blob, one of my personal favorites. And you also know him as one of the longtime hosts of the Reels of Justice podcast. It's Rob Maynard.
Hey!
Hello. I am a survivor. That's why I'm here. Talk about it. I'm a survivor. I'm not going to give up. Destiny's Child. Anyone? Marty, I know you love it.
No.
Yeah, popular around the time Survivor started. Can you believe Survivor's been on the air for 27 years or something at this point?
50 seasons.
50 seasons, isn't that right? 50 seasons. Wow.
And still going still going.
Yeah, I was going to say it's changed so much. The format's changed so much, and
I can reuse all my jokes I use on Reels of Justice.
Well, our listeners maybe have never heard them, so they're new to us.
No, there's probably a good Venn diagram there, close to a circle. If you're not listening to both, what are you doing?
Exactly.
Similar corners of the Schlenzoverse.
Oh, yeah. Speaking of which, we have our listener mail this week, and I feel like our guest was part of it in certain ways. So we'll start off right with this first one here with directly to our website. The rings and connections are called the Schlenzoverse. Not my idea. Maynard insisted. It is awesome how it is growing. And what we mean by that is the continued cross-pollination of I'll be on your show, you're on my show, and then it just spreads and spreads and spreads and spreads and pull in more and more people.
But Schlenzo's in the center of it all.
And
yes,
exactly.
Like the Earth is. And everything rotates around him, like the sun and the moon.
And also, please let the good folks at home know that it was not a Reels guy that flaked on your Space Camp episode. Given how our Space Camp jokes lately, I was scared that maybe I missed the show. Well, I hate to break it to you. You did miss the show, Schlenzo. You were supposed to talk about Space Camp with. No, it was not you.
I kept trying to tell him. I kept saying, Schlenzo, isn't there a movie you're supposed to go on and talk about Pondo? And he kept going, what? And I kept saying Space Camp. And he didn't get it.
Something. Space Camp.
Went over his head. I'm going to get to Space Camp one day.
It was not anybody from the Schlenzo-verse.
Well, not completely directly.
Not completely.
Well,
but, not anybody on Reels of Justice. We'll put it
coming back.
Everyone's part of the Schlenzo-verse. It's like the spectrum. You're on it wherever you're on it. But everyone is on it somewhere.
And so that person will be joining us for a future episode. Just, sometimes we forget things, or, I don't tell people, hey, the show's coming up. So I've started doing more of the reminders, and hopefully we'll prevent the, hey, where did our guest go?
I really thought Marty was about to roll into a Mr. Rogers type spiel there. It can be hard to remember dates that we schedule with our friends.
Especially
when mean right and we mean well, but it can be hard to be in places that we promised.
When you're recording 30 podcasts a week, it's...
Why is he reaching into the closet and pulling out a sweater?
It works, though.
He's tying his shoes, putting new shoes on. Anyway.
Has a friend ever let you down? How did that make you
feel? From somebody named Scribbler Johnny, in response to Space Camp, says astronauts can get Big Mac attacks. So is that why they went off? They launched. They were going to.
Well, I mean, Rudy
McDonald's in space at the.
Rudy wanted to be the first fry cook on Venus.
Oh, really?
In Space Camp, that's when they said, "Why do you want to go to space?" He said, "I want to be the first fry cook on Venus."
So somebody was paying more attention than I was.
Clearly unaware of the atmosphere of Venus.
And also a classic response to a classic episode, our Jason X Scream 2.
Chef's kiss all over that episode.
Rob Maynard writes in and says, "Finally, an art house piece, Jason X." We've been covering too much, trashy
Jason X
movies
might
around
be
here.
Too perfect.
I love Jason X. Are you a big fan of it? Are you a hater of it?
I'm a huge fan of it. It began its life cycle as trash. Somebody came up and was like, Jason in space. That was the entire elevator pitch. And they just went, yup. And they're like, we're going to hologram some of the best moments from previous things. We're going to make him a super cyborg. He's going to freeze people's faces and smash it in one of the best kills in the whole series.
Oh, so good. I mean, he draws blood while he's frozen, for fuck's sake. I mean, that movie, I love that movie top to bottom. I think it's just it doesn't take itself seriously at all. It doesn't take Jason seriously at all. It's a complete, it's almost like a Spider-Man what if comic or a Marvel what if comic, right? Rather than actual installment in the franchise. And it's just a hell of a lot of fun.
Not like that universe has, especially after 9, especially after he goes to hell. I think they're just like, no one cares what we do. So I love X, and I love Freddy versus Jason quite a bit.
Yeah, I do too. Yep. After 3, that franchise starts to just kind of lose its way, and it's hard to follow. But then for me, X is such a breath of fresh air, and then Freddy versus Jason is such a cool thing. It's just like, how do you argue with those?
I think most people think I think the peak is like 3, 4, and 5. I think that's where there's like canon really set up, and I mean, obviously 1 is great, but it's just kind of obviously detached from everything else.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of like Godzilla in the way, whereas like from the first movie to the second, that's completely different Godzilla.
Sure.
Like he dies in the first one, and so does the killer of Friday the 13th. The mom is dead.
Right.
It's a totally different killer after that. It becomes, and I like 2. 2 is like just old slasher.
2's my favorite. 2's my absolute favorite.
It has the sack, unfortunately. And the sack is wonderful, but like the mask is iconic and it's what you want, so you got to wait.
Well, you get the mask in 3, that's great. 4's great, but
I think a lot of love for 4, a lot of love for 6, a lot of love
5
for 7.
Starts to 5 is for me diminished.
5 is the Yeah. Well, we'll cover that one day.
Yeah, exactly. I can't remember
like a trauma movie, part 5.
I can't remember anything about those middle ones. They all blur together. 7 is wonderful when he fights the psychic girl.
That's our first Kane Hodder. Yeah.
Pretty sure that's a not guilty in the court. Someone can tell me. And then when he takes Manhattan, is actually We found it not guilty, but then we felt guilty about finding it not guilty.
You should.
We kind of got bullied by a very good lawyer. He was good. He talked quick, and it was our third episode too, so we're kind of like willing to listen
Johnny
to stuff.
No,
it was our second. It was our second episode ever. And so, you know, we're just kind of finding our legs and stuff, and we're just like, in the right, he was like, yeah, if you were drinking beers and chilling in your basement, you'd love this. And I'm like, you're right, I would.
It's the hot tub time machine defense. It's the hot tub time machine defense where it's like, this movie's terrible, but if you drink a few beers, this movie gets pretty funny. It's defense.
The jury is
speaking of which,
depends who you get in there.
We haven't had Rob on for a long time. He was our guinea pig for the talking format, our very first guest for the format.
And that was Canary.
Yeah, right.
Honorary canary.
That was way back with The Faculty, and since then they've announced they're going to remake The Faculty.
Did you hear about that?
On this?
I mean, it's not sacrosanct, so I'm totally cool with it. I think they could. Since it's already kind of Invasions of the Body Snatchers in a high school, I think they could have thought of another place to put Invasions of the Body Snatchers and done something kind of new. As far as I don't know that we have like a cast of people that I'd want to like. Am I going to recognize any of these people? Or are these all my
probably not,
right? Like the people I know that are big in Hollywood are like older than that. So I don't know. It might be some people who have probably bit parts in like Euphoria and stuff that I won't recognize.
They'll probably be like the teachers. Those are the people you'll recognize. You won't recognize the students. You'll recognize the teachers.
Miss
right?
Sydney Sweeney, I'd come out.
Yeah,
I'd come
exactly.
out.
Right. I think I'm looking for
teacher.
Josh Brolin as a teacher would be
that
great.
Was Weapons. No, but almost. I'm mixed up here.
I'm looking forward to it because I think horror's come a long way in the digital effects and using digital and practical effects and combining them. So, mixing that in now and making a new Faculty might be pretty friggin' cool. I'm kind of looking forward to it.
Yeah, I mean, the first one's just done so well that it's like, why,
Yeah, no, I like it. Yeah, we just
you're gonna almost certainly live in its shadow.
We just did an interview with somebody who worked on that movie, didn't we?
Oh, then I mean, it's wonderful. It's great. Everyone should see it. Awards for all of it. Every award.
Well, what do you think, Marty? You want to talk about these two movies we got today?
Yeah, so we usually defer to the guest
for our first for another half hour. Can I say that?
Sure. You can say anything you want, sir, because we can always edit it out if you're uncomfortable.
So we never do.
No, we don't. We really don't usually. I think the most editing we do is when I say something stupid, which is usually once an episode, and then I edit that out. Which one do you want to go with first, Rob?
What do you think? Mic drops.
I think we do Quiet Earth first.
Quiet Earth first?
Right.
Okay. Let me get a little...
So what is this... I guess it was a staple of cable television back in the mid-'80s. That's where I saw it several times, Cliff. What is The Quiet Earth?
The Quiet Earth. Rated R, 1 hour, 31 minutes. A scientist awakens to find himself alone in the world. In a desperate attempt to search for others, he finds only two who have their own agenda. That's your log line. Directed by Jeff Murphy. Writers are Craig Harrison, Bill Baer, and Bruno Lawrence. Stars Bruno Lawrence, Alison Rutledge, and Pete Smith. Storyline. Here we go. A man wakes up to find himself literally alone in the world and goes about trying to find other survivors as well as to find out what happened. He suspects that a government research project he was involved in had something to do with the disappearance of everyone. Eventually, he finds several other people, and once they begin to trust each other, they try to figure out why they were left on Earth. Is that several, or is two people several?
Three. Is a few. I do think several. You got to at least get four.
Four, yeah. I feel like several indicates he found 5 or 6 people, right? Like
at least, yeah.
Well, some of them weren't living.
A clutch.
Oh, that's true. The baby. Yeah.
So I would say a few.
A few.
Well, really, he finds a couple people because he himself does not count.
Exactly. He finds two
did
others.
He find himself along the way?
Maybe the events are the friends that we made along the way. Is that what you're trying to say?
He did find himself, and then after he went through his little mental breakdown, he cleaned himself up and decided, okay, let's just get back to being normal there. But for a little bit, he was off on his own little spiritual journey, wearing the slip around town, and
Am I the only one who thinks I would not lose my mind if I woke up and everyone else was gone?
I think I would probably not be the same person mentally for sure after a while.
Oh yeah, no, I'm doing a lot of fast driving and stuff, but I'm
yeah, I really identified with that. There's a point where he's like in a raincoat. He's got a hat on, a raincoat, and a fucking saxophone, and he's just going through the middle of downtown at night while it's raining, just making noise because he's so desperate for anybody to hear him and to find someone, and what a movie.
Very Night of the Comet in a way, right?
Mm-hmm.
And around the same time period.
Yeah, I think Night of the Comet's 86 and this is 85, so I think they're right there next to each other, right?
Yeah, there's no year
probably.
My wife is a big fan of any movie that opens with a cock shot. She always laughs. She always laughs and goes, "Yeah," because she always thinks there's
male nudity today. So.
Yeah, she always thinks there's a disparity between female and male nudity, so she always loves to see the
But I think it's a fair balance. I think
she's got a point.
Get a little something for everyone.
I'll point out that Boyle did the exact same thing in 28 Days Later.
Maybe more of a fanny shot might be more, like
appropriate.
Comparing top to frontal might not be totally fair.
Right. Yeah.
A little fanny shot here and there, why not?
No, Darcy, the mail girl, said the male equivalent of a boob shot in a movie would be a flaccid penis.
And
she said she wanted more of that.
No, because a boob shot, it's not humiliating.
Well, maybe not to us. So my first
I don't think it does anyone any favors. I mean, I just don't think that's. When they talk about like this is my good side, I just don't think that's anyone's good. That's not anyone's good side. That's not going on anyone's headshot.
No. Well, I mean,
I don't go left.
So my first note on this movie is Australian, German, or New Zealand. I was trying to figure out. Yeah. I was trying to figure out where it was made. I've never seen this before. Wow. I somehow missed this on cable completely.
I feel like I immediately knew Australia. I hope I was right about that.
It was Auckland, New Zealand, actually, is where they shot.
Okay, I won't argue with them, but all right.
And I mean, we could piss off a lot of Australians listening by saying, "Hey, it's basically the same thing." It isn't.
I was thinking about it, but
we know
it's
different. We know it's different
because they're going to throw their boomerangs at me.
Exactly.
Or is that New Zealand? Oh, God,
I just don't need 1,000 people doing a haka dance at me. Okay, I don't need it.
I'm all right with it. I mean, it's what comes after the dance that's the problem. It's not the dance itself. The dance gives you a good time to run. Someone starts coming up into a haka, leave. There's plenty of time.
That's true. It is like a a snake rattling its rattle,
exactly. Right? They're poised to strike. Well, bye. Well, I got in my car. They were dancing.
Did you ever notice how people back in the day in these movies, because this movie, I know it's 85, but movies that were made outside of America in the 80s feel like they're kind of more mired stuck in the 70s to me a little bit. Like
this lower budget, so they're using a lot of the equipment from the 70s. So
exactly, so it's got that feel and look to it, that aesthetic, right?
It's like how the Viet Cong fought the war with a lot of the old Russian supplies from World War II, right? They're just
it's an interesting analogy, yes, but yes,
that's what they had, because that's what they could afford. So and it worked, all right.
But it seems like back then, people didn't talk to themselves in movies like they talk. Like when you see the people left alone now in a movie, they're narrating. They're constantly narrating to themselves and to the person watching, right? But this guy did that. You just got to fucking sit there and watch him do what he's doing.
I disagree. There's a moment
which I liked.
He walks into Project Fleshlight.
Yes,
and he
Project Fleshlight.
He said yes. So that's what it's called now, Marty. So who means yes?
A different reality.
So and first thing he's saying to his boss, is like, you did it. Like he basically was like, oh, you crazy son of a bitch, you really did it now.
You blew
and then
it
a few moments later, he's in a tape recorder noting everything. I wish he had done it all into the recorder. It makes sense when he does it into the recorder. Hey, I'm Dr. Zach Efron, whatever his name was. And, I was part of Project Fleshlight, and this guy really screwed up. My boss really screwed up. Then it would make more sense. But when he was just speaking to no one, to the room, I'm like, I mean, I talk to myself a lot when I'm alone, but it's mostly cursing.
Yeah, I feel like for the, you're right. But like when he's wandering around the town and he's doing what he's doing, he's just doing, there's no narration. He's not talking to himself. He's not trying to hear his own voice to keep himself company or whatever, which I feel like nowadays that would happen, they would much more do that, I don't know. I found it kind of eerie and kind of cool. I liked the choice. Yeah. The quiet earth, right? I guess that makes sense. Look at me.
Like you were saying, the beginning shot, when you see, 28 days later, you think, oh, he was Danny Boyle inspired by the beginning of this movie.
Very much so.
Similar opening.
It's very similar opening shot. Yep. Guy in the, overhead shot, guy in a bed, naked, exact same shot almost.
God, I mean, what movie doesn't start with a shot like that? Honestly,
Space Camp,
Animal House,
But they would have been better films for it.
Yeah, exactly. Really missed the Belushi opening scene. I think that would have really set the tone.
I love it. I love it because he moves into a fine state.
No way he would have appreciated doing it flaccid, by the way, either.
No, that's true. Is it flaccid or flaccid?
Oh, flaccid with a C for sure.
Yeah. No, but it's 2 C's.
Well, yeah, but it's not Italian though. Right?
Looks like my report card.
I believe the first C is the hard C.
Silent.
Flaccid, hard C. Sorry.
The silent C.
He moves into a fine estate where he proceeds to lose his mind. He sets up his electricity, and the setting up of the tape recorders and all the people where he's doing his giant speech on the balcony is also another one of my favorite scenes. That kind of, what the fuck is he doing? Oh, okay, he's just losing his mind. That's nice.
You've had your turn already, he tells the Hitler standee.
Yeah.
This is what does he say? He's the president of Earth. Is that right?
Yeah. President of this quiet Earth. Because I said, that's the name of the movie.
Hey.
God, he said it out loud. But he does some stuff that we've seen in, like in later films, like I Am Legend and stuff like that. Where it's kind of always like sending the message of like, here I am, come find me. Going around and moving everything, befriending like a mannequin or like a cutout.
That's it reminds me of Omega Man too. Going to the movie theater, watching the movies, that type.
Even Castaway, which will be an interesting overlap with what we can discuss later.
Ooh,
but like making the volleyball, the inanimate object, a character. So then there's a reason that he's talking out loud. He's explaining everything to Wilson, the volleyball, or whoever. Right. He has a reason to discuss it. And I mean, as you said, speaking would help stave off his sanity, probably. So
I would think so. Yeah.
Helps me.
And he was already trying to kill himself too. So he was already in a bad state and felt responsible for everything. So who knows how kind of fractured mental.
I don't know. Yeah. Obviously if he's killing himself, he was unhappy. Do we establish what he was unhappy about?
I think it was the project, right? Or
I think it was, yeah. Or just his life in general, both,
Quit. Well, that's what I'm saying. If he has larger problems, I think a lot of them are solved by every single person disappearing. For me, I try to kill myself. I wake up and everyone else is dead and I'm alive. I go, phew.
Reverse solution.
Exactly.
Solution.
Exactly. Perfect. I was like, that's much better actually for me.
I didn't think that was possible to get rid of everybody. But
I didn't know that was an option on the table.
Sure,
Had I, that's the lever I would have pulled. But I did not know it was a call.
Yeah, we're either in a black hole or we're dead. I'm not sure which.
I don't know if it would matter. I think I would just go around driving real fast and
driving around that one truck in the middle of the road.
Figure out how to farm.
I would teach myself how to fly a helicopter and just zip around in a helicopter everywhere.
I'm going to farm first.
Yeah, true too.
We're gonna run out of good food pretty quick.
I guess his issue was he knew the sun was acting weird, and there was only a limited time before.
Well, he kept having those events, right? Like and we kept having those events in the movie, right?
What about it? Oh, sun's on the fritz. I guess I'll go in and screw it out and screw in another sun. Let me get my step ladder.
The grid and end up on another planet or something, however the film ends.
Yeah, which is what happens, right? And like, well, I'll cross that bridge when I get to it. Like, whatever. Sun goes out. Next effect gets me. Whatever. I sure hope wherever it takes me, it's not where all those fucking people that I owe money to and my old boss is. I hope the effects are different portals and he gets on a different planet.
That's not his boss anymore out on Saturn. It's different rules there. So.
Another good overlap.
They're not in the office
with the other movie.
That's true.
But I don't know.
It seems like he's like
my work tells me that you are under work guidelines, even if you're at if it's a work function but away from work, you're still under work guidelines.
Yeah,
so
well, if it's
being teleported to another planet, right? Well, it's being teleported to another planet by your work project count as a work excursion.
Did he turn to the right and like there was suddenly like a fucking place where he needed to check in and get his badge, like whatever fucking conference on the Saturn? No, it's not a work event.
I think he should be getting overtime for this because it's going to interfere with his weekend plans, and it's work's fault.
He's joyful in his loneliness at first, but then he starts to fucking realize, like you've been talking about, right? Like, I think I'd go drive fast and I'd learn how to farm, right? Like, He seems to kind of enjoy it in the beginning, and then finally it's like, okay, this is, he starts to go kind of feral, and there's nobody to talk to, and
it's like Home Alone. He loves it in the beginning. He can bounce on his bed and do everything.
There you go.
And there's no one to cook dinner.
Right.
And then the wet bandits show up.
And then the wet bandits show up. And then, guess what? He finds the girl and the other dude.
And they're the wet bandits.
Things are fine when he finds the girl, right? And we can see that that's solved part of the problem.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, sort of.
I mean...
Until, Do you think he knew he was going to go to the other planet and leave those two where they were? Like, do you think when
he would know that, or how?
I don't think he knew... I mean, he knew something was going to happen, but I don't think he was just that. Yeah.
So he was just trying to kill himself and blow that thing up, and then he comes to on this other
Groundhog
planet.
Day.
Like, fuck. Okay.
He meets another couple on that other planet. He's got to blow up another facility.
And Jason X is on that planet too.
Yeah, the thing is if their project screwed up the sun, they can blow up that facility all they want. Like, the damage is done.
Yeah, but he said that when the event happens, if the laser's hitting it or whatever, and you blow that shit up, there's going to be some blah, blah, blah. But that's also the thing where I think you may be right. I think he doesn't, I think you're right. Like, he's not thinking, oh, this is going to make some sort of thing happen. He's just like, I'm just going to kill myself while the event happens and see what happens. Because that's what happened last time to him, right? Mm-hmm. He killed him. He tried to kill himself. The event happened. He woke up without any people. Well, I guess what happens if it happens again? And this is a big event. Like, because he keeps saying it's going to be a big event, right? Like, I'll kill myself during this big event, see what the fuck happens. Right? Like, I don't know. I don't think he really had a plan. He definitely didn't know where the fuck he was going to happen. 2:30, right? Wasn't that it?
30 in the morning, right?
No, oh no, 6 something. Sorry, it was 6:12 on the alarm clock. It had stopped at 6:12. I put it in my notes. 2:30 was how long we had to watch the sun come up for the credits at the beginning of the film. 2.5 minutes of watching the sun come up.
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah, the credits were going, so
I could see why Bruno wrote this. This is like an actor's like wet dream. He's on camera by himself for 30 minutes, right?
Oh yeah.
Just chewing scenery. This is an actor's wet dream. Like, oh my God, just me for 40 minutes? Perfect. Let's do it.
Some real Soul Taker vibes. Like, absolutely. Well, it's written by me. It stars me. Directed by this guy who wasn't so busy. And what's up? Well, it's New Zealand, as you said, right? But like, when's Mad Max? That's 84.
That was before this.
Yeah, 82, I think.
That's Australian,
82
right?
even?
Yeah, it's Australian.
Again, I mean, okay, they're not the same, but like they pal around. Like, come on, like they fucking hang out.
They know each other.
I don't want to hear.
They know each other.
I don't want to hear it from
them. Don't act
them.
like they don't.
Yeah, don't act like that the breakthrough Australia made in the West with like Crocodile Dundee, how that made it popular, didn't help New Zealand get a whole lot of shit, their foot in the door. Like,
I bet you New Zealand hates Crocodile Dundee.
They Trojan horsed in with them
I
too.
bet you they hate that shit.
Trojan kangaroo. The New Zealand came along. Us too, and they came out doing the haka.
Got kangaroo jacked.
I mean, our second movie
talk funny too, mate.
Our second movie is financed by Canada and shot in Thailand, so we got stuff going all over the place here. So
multicultural.
Let's see. What else have I got here?
So in New Zealand, they're like, oh, that Canadian-Mexican movie. It's all the same thing, right? They're like right next to each other, right? Puerto Rican cinema, it's the same thing as Hawaiian and Alaska cinema. They're neighbors.
They're all like islands.
Well, I was wrong. New Zealand actually loves Crocodile Dundee. It was well received.
Of course.
This is New Zealand's first sci-fi movie, too, apparently.
Who doesn't like Crocodile? Oh, really? That's interesting. That's a damn good one for a first sci-fi movie. I find the movie very unique and interesting and easy to watch. The girl, it gave me weird vibes right from the beginning. I didn't like her, and I couldn't really tell why.
But beggars can't be choosers, Cliff.
And the other dude with that dude literally, as Pete is running in leather fucking pants at one point, and he's just jogging in leather pants, and all I could think of was like, that has got to be the chafing. Has got to be ungodly in those pants.
I mean, if it's what he's used to, then he's, if he wears that a lot, then
he's just calloused all that up.
Yeah, that's what
lovely.
I would think.
That's lovely.
Like these things are basically his skin at this point. Like they're so well worn. He sleeps in them because to peel them off at night it's not worth it.
The quiet pants.
I feel like I want to do like Jeffrey from Frankenhooker and just drill that memory out of my fucking head. Just me, Anyway.
So I guess the real question is Crocodile Dundee science fiction?
No.
What? No.
Comedy.
Part 2 of
crime.
Mm-hmm.
I know he beats up some gangsters at some point. It might be the second movie. I've probably seen the second movie more
for scientific purposes.
Yes. And that's the cop from Die Hard in that. He's the limo driver in that movie. There's a little bit of overclocking while he's driving that big Jeep thing, which I found, you can always see it. I can always see it, but it was used pretty well. And then
they sped up something. Or?
Yeah, they overclock it to speed it up. So you drive 25 miles an hour, but it looks like you're going 50 type of thing. But it always kind of looks kind of goofy. They used to do it in like Three Stooges type of stuff, and you can always kind of see it when they do it. But sometimes they hide it really well. This did a pretty good job, I think. I also noticed that there's a blower hood on a Ford Maverick. Like, I don't know how much air you're needing to ram into that fucking engine, but I'm sure you're not getting any performance boost out of that.
It just looks cool, man.
I mean, I guess, bro. Doesn't look cool at all to me, but okay. I mean, I'm not sure how you make a Ford Maverick cool, but
there's no one around to laugh.
That's really what this movie's about. There's nobody around to laugh, so do whatever you want.
Exactly. So let the man do what he wants and drive whatever dumb shit that he didn't have the guts to drive before.
That's
right. Cliff would have been going, look at this guy with his
fucking asshole,
fucking Ford Maverick, this fucking dick. And that's why this guy tried to swallow a whole mouthful of pills, because I'm like tired of these dudes laughing at my blower fan Ford Maverick all the time. I wish they would all just disappear, but if they won't, I'll die.
That's fucking hilarious. Well, so that you can also call this film, I guess, lack of judgment, right? At some point, nobody's there to judge, right? You just get to do whatever you want.
YOLO.
Black Hole Sun, the movie.
Oh, that's fucking hilarious. I haven't laughed. I needed that laugh. It's been a rough week.
Good.
Appreciate you, Rob. All right.
Do we rate this? We score it?
Yes, mm-hmm. I think so. I think that was a pretty good one there. What do you think, Rob? What do you give it?
Oh,
on a 5-star scale.
Out of 5.
Out of 5.
Like and subscribe.
I think 3, if not 2.5. I like it's
somewhere in there.
It's there's a lot of nothing happening. So obviously, because it's the budget, so like they saved a ton of money on casting, only having 3 actors.
True.
But like, what does it say about being alone that we haven't seen before or later? I guess the fact that it kind of came before, but I mean, even as you said, you've already mentioned Omega Man. There's The Last Man on Earth too with Vincent Price.
Yeah,
it's even older.
Yep.
And about 3
it's
Twilight
not an
Zone episodes.
Concept.
Exactly. So right. And so what do they say about it? It's kind of like he still has interpersonal problems now, even though the world's kind of desolate.
Well, two guys, one girl is never for the end of the world going to end well.
I might have just pulled up stakes and just seen what was down the road, because you found 2. So like
you found 2, yeah.
Right. Like you just have to hope that maybe someone out there has sleep apnea, and at that particular moment, they were suffering an incident where they, God bless them. That's why I asked the time. 6:12 would be very unlikely, but maybe they work 3rd shift and they have sleep apnea and they just got home around 4 or 5 a.m. They can finally lay in.
Fucking forgot to put the CPAP on and just
forgot to plug in the CPAP machine.
Yeah, just passed out.
It happens. Maybe the power kicked out. We know that there was a lot of losses of power, right? So a lot of CPAP machines would have gone out. So there's probably a planet full of sleep apnea survivors that this person could cross-pollinate with.
Well, and to be fair, he's on a tiny fucking island. He found 2 people. Go to the bigger island next door. You'll probably find 20.
Right.
Take a boat. The sun's burning out.
There's a big giant. Well, that's true.
Well, then you won't really need to worry about the end all of your relationship problem, I guess. And if your problem is more about a quick, easy fix, I think something could be worked out between everyone. This was the 80s, which was damn near but it was the 80s in New Zealand, which, as we already established, is the 70s.
So just keep partying.
Even looser. Yeah, free love stuff was still going on. Sure. You've heard the song Triad, right? Why can't we go on as 3?
Marty, what do you give it?
After a lot of back and forth, I'm going to go 2.5. There's a lot of good swings, a lot of interesting ideas, but like what was pointed out, there is a lot of long nothingness, and it's not like we haven't seen these ideas before. I saw this movie about 10 years ago. I had seen it before, but I hadn't seen it in a long time, and I remembered things that weren't even in the movie, so... It's just strange how it was like this.
Then you didn't remember them, Marty. You made them up.
I didn't. Yeah, it was Mandela.
You can't remember something that's not in the movie. You've just invented something.
Yeah. Or I saw a different cut. Is there a different cut of this movie with some extras?
No, Marty. You're just misremembering it with some other film.
Just you.
But I do want to say thanks to Gene Mott from the old GMR podcast. If you remember me on that, nobody does, which is fine. You can listen to him if you want at your own risk. But he said, let's watch The Quiet Earth. It's this cool sci-fi movie from the 80s. I'm like, what? And then we watched it. I'm like, I vaguely remember this from like Cinemax or something in the middle of the night. And so I've had it in my back pocket and thought,
in the middle of the night, Marty.
This is weird.
I was watching Cinemax in the middle of the night, and I can tell you what was on it, and it wasn't.
Well, this is hit cable around 86, so Cinemax was still just a basic movie channel. They hadn't turned into Skinemax quite yet. Although there are some things in this movie that could qualify. But anyways, thanks for bringing the movie up, Gene. So, what do you give it, Clif?
So one of the things I read about this movie is that it's based on the actual experience of an American tourist in the 70s, because apparently New Zealanders sleep very late on the weekends, and so there's just fucking like nobody around. Like he went down, he went down to get did you get something? And just fucking town's it's quiet, it's empty. It's some small town in New Zealand, which I thought was kind of funny. I liked it. It's the first time
everyone does that. They picked that up from Australia. Everyone sleeps. They take a big nap in the middle of the day. It's called the didgeridoo.
My brain's breaking because I think you're trolling me, but it also sounds plausible.
It could happen.
It could happen, like a siesta. Anyway,
if they're not doing it, they should start.
I liked it. I agree with you guys. There's a lot of time where it's doing nothing. I do like the fact that it kind of did this thing where he was like, "Oh, I'm alone. This is great. Well, let me figure out what's going on. I don't really like being alone." And then at the end, he's like, "Well, fuck these two. I'm just gonna go blow myself up." It was a very weird movie. 3 stars. I give it 3.
I want to lock into my 2.5 because I think comparing it to other movies that
locking it in
like,
at 2.5.
Yeah, that are like this, like Omega Man, I Am Legend. They all have that sequence where they go crazy from being alone and we postulate what we would do. And then they move on to something more interesting where like vampire ghouls start chasing us. Like eventually something happens later.
Right.
And that's what this movie's kind of missing. But it's still beautifully shot.
Mm-hmm. It looks good. I don't have any problems with it production wise, story wise. It's just, I don't know, pacing. Like you said, it's not a new idea.
Don't let the writer act.
A lot of the tropes, yeah.
Or don't let the actor write.
Yeah. Well, unfortunately, that happens a lot nowadays. All right. So what do we got next, Marty? Send help.
We have a movie that's very similar to the one we just talked about in a lot of respects, with the turning into something else about halfway through and maybe being a bit long. But before we get into that, they say that original concepts aren't made in Hollywood anymore, that everything has to be IP driven or it doesn't get made. And so it's refreshing to see some fresher original concept come through, like Send Help. And then you go, wait a minute. Is this just Survivor, the movie? That's an IP. Cliff, what is Send Help?
Send Help, 2026 rated R, 1 hour and 53 minutes. Let's see. When an employee and her insufferable boss become stranded on a desert island, the only survivors of a plane crash, they must overcome past grievances and work together to make it out alive. Sure. Logline, directed by Sam Raimi, written by Damian Shannon, Mark Swift, stars Rachel McAdams, Dylan O'Brien. Those are basically all that's on screen for quite a bit. Let's see here. Storyline. Reviewers say Send Help delivers a wildly entertaining, genre-bending experience elevated. Rachel McAdams. That's a summary. Where is the storyline? There it is. Sorry. An employee and her insufferable boss are stranded on an island. She teaches him how to survive, and his attitude changes somewhat. While he's very interested in returning to civilization, she has other ideas. Things turn darker when their differences collide. This is not a rom-com. Literally what the storyline says.
Absolutely. But it wants you to think that it could be or might be. And that's one of the great things about this movie is the way it dances.
There's a weird sexual tension in scenes. Like
I think it's
will they or won't they?
I don't know that it's that. I think that the filmmakers are kind of deliberately teasing you with genre, right? They're like, you've seen a movie like this before, like 40 Days, 40 Nights. Or there was one recently, I want to say was Sandra Bullock and Channing Tatum. I want to say like the Lost.
Oh, yeah.
It was good. I liked that one. But they were like sincerely lost and stuff. And it's like, these two are going to have to.
Lost in Paradise, I think that was, or something like that.
Yeah, there's a lot, right? Where it's like two people stranded. Like they're going to have to cooperate in order to survive. That's not what this movie's about. This movie is not about them cooperating.
No. I mean that there's some sexual tension I think it comes from her mainly, where she talks to her bird early on about how flirty he was at a meeting. She's got obviously something for him.
It's like misery, like that. And a lot of misery.
Exactly. That's exactly. I have a note in here that basically is like, oh shit, she's going to misery his ass right here with during the rat scene.
Yeah.
So I do think that she has an affection for him. I don't think it's returned. So there's this weird sort of, and I think he picks up on it at some point, and even plays into it.
Here's the way I read it. Not that she's so much attracted to him, right? But she sees the other woman in the beginning, in the interview, who has influence over him and gets promotions in good spots merely because he's attracted to her. So I think she wants... Not that she's so much attracted to him, but she wants him to be attracted to her because of that giving her leverage and ability to then broker the kind of deals and power that she ultimately wants.
Well, and so that's kind of what I mean, like sexual tension, using a sexual wile or building that sexual
I don't think it ever works.
I think
I don't think it ever works in this movie. I don't think he ever feels anything towards her. I think
I agree.
Where he feigns it, he is feigning it.
Yes.
Because he believes that she's into him, but really she's trying to manipulate and play him.
Sure. I agree.
And he deserves it. I would say he deserves it. She's doing, I think, the right thing, what I would do.
Mm-hmm. I think she's planning. I think she's, I love that ending where she's like strategy and planning, dude. Yes. Strategy and planning, dude. And I think that a lot of this shit is, like once she realizes it's like an opportunity for her. Mm-hmm. She lands on this fucking island with this guy and she's like, oh shit, yes, we're shipwrecked, but once she starts figuring shit out, she's like, I've got a golden opportunity here. Like this is my opportunity. And she plays it to the fucking hilt.
Well, as Marty said, like she's a huge fan of Survivor, the TV show, and that's how she's watched. And a lot of that show is making allies, using those allies temporarily while you can to complete certain challenges, and then stabbing them in the fucking back and getting them off the island and turning all the weaker people onto your side to be against the strong ones. Mm-hmm. And so I think there's a lot of that strategy and planning too, where she's really like playing him along the way and kind of plays the game the right way kind of the whole time. So I think the film is teasing attention and like a sexual tension, but but the actual romantic feeling isn't there. The movie's trying to
throw you
out so it can swerve you.
Yeah, exactly. But I picked up on it. I guess is what I'm trying to say. I'm picking up on this weird thing they're trying to throw at us. And,
Oh, well, it becomes very unsubtle later into the film where they're, where he's like, I love you. They drop all the pretense. It's like, I love you. Yep. Why didn't you just say that? But
why didn't you just say so?
It's
like
all
Mr. and
again,
Mrs. Smith at the end of the movie.
Right.
Well, it's got they really worked on uglying up Rachel for the beginning of the movie.
Wait a minute.
They gave her that bird cat lady vibe.
Those are the exact words Ben used too, cat lady, even though she has the bird only.
She's a pretty girl, so you're gonna have you're gonna have to bury her. Her prettiness is always going to shine through, but she looks haggard. She looks like she's not really taking care of herself very well. It's not surprising she's drinking and eating fucking toast with her bird. It's like
they gave her like a big mole. They're always like making her teeth dirty or have something in it. So they're really trying to.
And then on the island, she gets prettier and prettier.
Yeah, that's exactly what I said.
Her hair looks nicer, and she gets prettier and prettier. She's like thriving on the island.
Exactly. She does thrive in that, and that's obviously
look at you. You're thriving.
But she's getting fresher water for her showers. She's getting clean fruit and stuff, and probably fresh fish and stuff all the time. So that's going to make her skin glow naturally. Because what do we
probably
see her
sneaking back to the house?
What do we see her cool stuff? What do we see her making? She's making something terrible at home. I remember she's making like just tuna fish sandwiches.
Yeah, tuna fish sandwich, which he fucking hates. Yeah,
and who like meal preps tuna fish sandwiches? Like you make a big batch of tuna salad, but then you put it in a container and you don't put it on the bread until the few minutes before you eat it. It's going to get soggy and awful. Yep. So as far as strategy and planning, Rachel McAdams, this meal prep of tuna fish sandwiches.
Maybe that's her preference.
Gross.
I mean, she did kill 3 fucking people, so yeah. I mean, she's pretty gross. Tuna fish on moist bread is her least crime, is what I'm saying.
More like she didn't save them. Like 2 of them.
Well-made sandwich. It goes in that drawer and it doesn't break apart.
It's true.
It's very rubbery.
Did you guys pick up on the Bruce Campbell oil painting in the office? I was going to say
there's that picture of Bruce in the office. That was great.
Yeah, it looks like that's his dead dad, is Bruce Campbell.
So that TV show, The Studio, that came out last year about making IP of movies that you can't make into movies, and they did this one about the Kool-Aid movie. And how are we going to make the Kool-Aid movie? I'm going to make the cool, dark Kool-Aid movie. We're going to make it about Jim Jones.
Jonestown?
Right? And so they're going to make it Jonestown. So this is kind of like the dark Kool-Aid movie of Survivor in a way. Like we're going to make a really dark Survivor movie.
I don't know how you got there. I don't know how many skips and jumps you had to take to get there. But what this reminded me of, and I said it right there. in my recommendation of justice of this too, is you made me lose it because I mentioned the recommendation of justice. It reminded me of Triangle of Sadness. It was like 2022.
Haven't seen that
nominated. But it's like a very, very long movie that's told in like 3 parts. But specifically, like Act 2 and 3 are all about this rich yacht that crashes on an island, and some of the rich guys survive, but then some of the like the help, like that's basically what they are on the boat, like maids and stuff like that, cooks, they survive too, and they are all, at least the one, I think she is literally like a house cleaner on the boat, is incredibly competent on the island. She can fish and clean fish and build a fire, and none of those rich fucks can do anything for themselves, and so they're completely at her mercy. And so that completely switches the power dynamic from who is powerful on the boat simply because of money, not because they're capable at all. They just have money. They're and then who in this situation when money's not useful anymore, who is actually powerful and resourceful. And that's what Send Help reminded me of totally too. It's like I called it a rich douche eat crow double feature. You could have of these two because like
it definitely plays with the power dynamics for sure.
Right, like he tries to be the boss and it's like, no, not here. Like, and she can just walk away and leave him and be like, you see, like you have nothing.
Well, he's right. You don't want to live on the beach. It's got sand fleas and shit. It's not a nice place to live. Like later on when they rebuild and they're on the rock that's a little elevated, much better.
She should know that from her Survivor.
And she should know that from her Survivor training, right? And that's
something that happens on that show. They start on the beach and they go up.
That's exactly it, because they all end up with fucking bites all over them from the sand fleas and shit like that, right? And they move up off the roof. But so that's why I think.
What does she sleep in? She's not sleeping on the ground. She said she built a hammock.
That's a good point. That's a good.
She doesn't have to sleep on
for boats.
And
exactly, he's sleeping on the ground.
You need to build. Oh well, screw him. He's a piece of crap.
Yeah,
of course, she didn't build him a hammock. I mean, literally, why would she build him a hammock? And now you know why they stayed on the beach, because now he can get bit by sand fleas, and she can still sleep on the hammock unaffected. So what you saw, there wasn't a problem. You saw the plan, that strategy and planning.
That's hilarious.
And so, but also she's close to the beach. She can spell things out. She can see boats. Boats, more importantly, can see her and the structure they build. And then I think building something high, I think would be a good plan inevitably. But
once she finds we know early on she finds the building, right?
Not that. I was about to say not that early on. There's quite a lot of action, and I'm going to say when they're on the beach, there's quite a lot of action where she thinks rescue is going to come soon, and she wants to leave. Then a little later, her plan is to stay longer, in which
she goes exploring, and she goes exploring and finds the house.
Structure makes sense.
So she finds the house early, is what I'm saying, right? She finds the house way earlier than it's revealed to us that we know the house is there.
No, I'd say they've already been there for a week or 2 weeks, I'd say, before she finds that house.
Right. But what I'm saying is once she goes exploring, leaves him on the beach and goes exploring, goes to this house, I think that's when the plan begins to actually form, right? Like the first 2 weeks when she's on the beach, there's no fucking plan. The plan is, to try and survive, keep this dude alive, and hopefully somebody will come. And then once she figures out that, she's going to be fine, then the plan starts to form. And we see her not go, when she sees the boat in the distance and she's like, no, too early, and she turns back and goes back to camp.
I'll disagree.
That's when, for me, when the plan starts forming.
I'll disagree. And the movie will tell you why too. So at that point, they're already 2 weeks in. She has already established power over him. She's already shown that he can just be left and not treated with wounds and be left to die. So he's already kind of under her control. And so that's her plan, is to dominate him and get him to her side for when they get rescued.
Right,
and
absolutely.
So that's already the plan. The plan's already in motion.
But
and
the plan
then
completely changes.
The plan almost changes when she finds the building. She goes, this building could screw my plans. If he finds this building, he can now just leave and live in comfort and doesn't need me. I need to hide this building because I already have a plan to control him, and it's interfering with my plan. So the plan becomes modified because now she has a new place for resources, but the plan was always to dominate him and get what she wanted. And that was the plan from, I'd say, at least the second day. I mean, I'm sure in the beginning it was just treat his wounds.
I don't agree.
I think as soon as she's treated his wounds, it's about power and control. And
no,
that's
it's when he starts.
Away.
I think in the beginning she's hopeful that he's not going to be a fucking dick, and once he's a dick, that's when she's like, "Oh, okay, fuck you," and walks away.
She's
to teach him a lesson, and then comes
laughing. Back. She's already seen them laughing. Absolutely, at the Survivor video,
and she's gonna quit as soon as she hits the ground. She's quitting. She's deleted the document. She's gonna tell him to go fuck themselves, and she's gonna quit. Right.
Yes.
Right. So when she
so he can die for all she cares.
She's the only. No, that's not true.
The only reason to save him is to control him.
Because she thinks the only reason to save him is because if they are rescued, she might get the VP job that she's after. That she might be able to take care of him.
Why would she want it?
The VP job she's after.
Why would she want it?
That's what she's always wanted.
He laughed at her. I wouldn't want to be his VP or anything now. I think she is going to use this situation to maybe be able to manipulate him into that position, if so, but only if she can then reestablish power. She can't be laughed at by him. She just wouldn't work. I don't think she wants to work under someone in those kind of conditions. I don't think she wants to eat that much crow. She has eaten a lot.
I was going to say she's been taking it her whole fucking life. I mean, they've really established that she's beat down. She's a beat down person in this fucking
except
film.
We see her turn a corner that we've never seen, that we have not seen the character do, where when she deletes that document, she has enough. Enough is enough, and then the plane crashes. But I think enough was already enough there in the plane, and all she got then was a situation where she could suddenly shine and be the dominant figure, and maybe bully him into a situation where she can VP. But if not, I think she always knew if she could just survive and get home, she can do what she inevitably did, which is to leverage it into a survivor story for herself, for some wealth and fame.
Possibly. I mean, she's definitely
strategy and planning. I think she's kind of knew it.
Strategy and planning. I mean, you're a software. If you build software, iterative designs and things change on the fly, right? You make changes as things come up, things you didn't know, emerging requirements, that sort of thing. And I feel like that's exactly what she's doing.
She's that for sure.
She's working the fucking problem, right? It goes from save him and maybe get a VP to, oh shit, I can be on this island a long time. Now here we are.
Marty, what do you think? Am I right or is Cliff right? It's me, isn't it? You can say it. Go ahead.
It's not him.
Right.
It's not him.
Hey,
it's not him.
You've known me longer. We made a movie. We made 3 movies together, Marty. What are you doing to me?
I thought that in the beginning she was just doing the decent thing, right? She knew how to do the survival skills, and then it's like, oh, you're going to continue to be a dick? Well, then everything's going to switch. But I felt like there was a reset switch for a bit there.
I agree.
He would just continue to be an asshole. And it's like, okay, well, now it's on. Now we're going to start scheming and getting weird and crazy.
Because at the moment, it's pretty much the second day where he was like, "You're fired," and she just laughs. She's like, "I'll tell you where to drop off my check." She's already written the job off. Now it's right. It's about her survival and her comfort. And if he wants to be dragged along, that's fine. But no matter what, as long as she gets back, she can leverage this into her own good situation, whether she stays at that job or not.
You take up golf.
As you did.
I love how she jumps around after she makes the fire. When she feeds him that fish, like I'm so like, oh, that's me. That's going to be me if I'm stuck on a fucking island. I hate fish. And that's all we'll have to fucking eat. And I'll be the guy going, oh, fuck, I'll just choke it down.
There's conch.
Would you rather eat the bug?
Yeah, no.
I would rather eat the bug and he feels so triumphant.
It's the boar.
It out.
Mm-hmm. The best meat they said they ever had, the boar.
Yeah, the boar. Yeah.
I'm a wild pig.
I liked the boar kill. I thought it was fucking scary and magnificent and fun and gross. It had all the hallmarks of Raimi through and through. It was kind of horrifying and scary, but it was also a little Three Stooges, and it was also fucking gross at the same time. It's like the Drag Me to Hell gags and vibes all over again.
It's kind of the most really Raimi thing in the movie.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. That and the other Raimi thing is the super Raimi thing is the fucking guy who gets his tie caught on the plane as he's being sucked out, and he just he's slamming his face into the plane, and she just fucking lowers the shade. I was just like, that is so Raimi.
And
that is so
her
Evil
character
Dead.
Early on too, that she's gonna be like, fuck these assholes.
Well, what's she gonna do? I'd say it does establish
That's exactly what you do.
It's not so much that she doesn't care, but he can't help you. The worst thing you could do would be to watch, right? Mm-hmm. They're like, all right, well, I'm just not going to watch. That's
I can't bear to watch. Raimi, and then director of photography Bill Pope, and then Danny Elfman doing the score. So the three of them have worked together many times, so you get that vibe back.
Much of the score really stood out to me. Maybe I'd have to watch.
It's subtle.
No, me either. It really didn't stand out much. I agree, but it is very subtle. I thought the dude was not very bright. You know, I guess that's sort of established early on, where he's just a nepo baby who's inherited his father's.
He can't do anything. He can't even spell help.
Right. Yeah, you're right. Heppel. Yeah, I mean but it's just, my God, that you're trapped on an island with a woman that you've treated like shit and doesn't probably fucking like you. You've got a bad injury. She's taking care of you, and all you can think to do is just act like a complete fucking asshole. Mm-hmm. Like, that's your answer? Like, do you have no
Dunning-Kruger, man?
You have no fucking human skills at all, man? Come on,
Dunning-Kruger effect. One, he's always gotten what he's wanted by bullying and bossing people around, but also Dunning-Kruger effect. He has no idea he's an idiot, right? I mean, he thinks he's very, very smart, and I think that's shown where
if he thinks he's very, very smart, then he would try something other than being a dickhead. He would try some other tact, right? Like, he does. Smart people, or people who think they're smart, at least try things. I mean, the guy's just a dick throughout the whole fucking movie.
He does, but he fails
until later. Right. Yeah, when he's trying to kill her, sure. Then he starts to try and be wily, but.
He's trying to survive. He's trying to build his own place, and that doesn't work.
Yeah. He's nice to her for quite a bit there in between, while he's trying to earn her trust, so he can poison. Well, I think it's so he can earn her trust to poison her. And he's been secretly building a raft somewhere.
Maybe pick better raft weather, but then again, this guy's not very smart, is he?
Another great gross out moment is her dragging him in from the raft and puking all over him. Holy shit.
Marty, let me object to that. This is also an area.
This is not on trial.
Objection.
You are not on trial here, sir.
The film is. This is an environment where I think the weather turns on a dime. But preparing this meal probably took hours and hours, especially if I think it was mushrooms he put. So he would have to pick them fresh, prepare them secretly. It would have taken a lot of work. And then suddenly, halfway during the preparation, I'm making dinner. This poison dinner, and the weather turns. What's he supposed to do? She's already going to eat it. You're already going to expect it. You just kind of have to go.
Those waves were looking pretty bad, but
not when they began cooking dinner. I mean, you're talking about building a whole fire.
Listen. What he needed was a cool buzz to go with those tasty waves. That's what he needed, and he didn't have it, so he couldn't fucking get off the island.
He did have a special skill, and that skill was keeping his stubble at the same length without a shave for the entire duration that he was there, because he didn't trust her enough to get that knife next to his face to shave him down. So he did know how to keep that Stallone Cobra flocked look
perfectly flocked. Yes, very true. Very true. Yeah, very true. I did very much like the fact that it felt to me in the film, because she's into Survivor and that type of stuff, and she's got those wilderness books and blah blah blah, that it felt like when she hit the island and started to kind of dominate him and kind of get used to surviving and get her camp set up and all that, she really started to come into her own and thrive as a person, and then suddenly she's getting prettier. And then, of course, later on you find out, that's because she's probably going to taking showers with conditioner and shampoo in the fucking, she's
happier too.
But she's happier, and she seems much more optimistic,
cleaner
and upbeat,
diet. All of that's going to make her look better. But she looks the best at the very end, when half her face is bloody and the other's covered in mud. That's like,
isn't that weird?
Her peak in this entire movie. Like the makeup or the mud is doing like a makeup contrast effect, and it's doing great. And of course, all that mud is doing wonders for her pores.
Right. Of course,
her body is purged microplastics.
Let's see. What was the other note I had here? It was, the CGI spiders. Did you guys catch the, we're in the cave and the camera pushes right through the CGI spiders and the CGI spider web? That's a direct Spider-Man reference. Has to be.
Well, it doesn't have to be, but
it is.
Could be.
I didn't even think of that till just now.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, this
is the guy. This is the guy that had the highest grossing film with Amazing Spider-Man back in the day.
Spider-Man.
Well, it's just Spider-Man.
It's Spider-Man. Sorry,
that's the other guy. I know there's so many of them that we have to be.
Yeah.
And one day there'll be a Web of Spider-Man and a Spectacular Spider-Man and a Spider-Man 2099.
I really like his MCU movie too. I love Doctor Strange, and
I still haven't seen that one. That's the only one of his movies I haven't seen yet.
If you go in wanting to see a Sam Raimi kind of MCU movie, I think it delivers. When Doctor Strange becomes like, yeah, I don't want to spoil too much, but there's moments. I think they could have done a lot more with the multiverse stuff. I think they do too small a segment with it, but I also blame WandaVision a bit for not making Wanda evil enough by the end of it to go into that movie. I think that show really needed to drive her all the way to villainy, and it only got halfway.
Yeah, it was more about grief than villainy.
Well, she does villainous things through grief, but ultimately there's an antagonist that it can be blamed on that she has to defeat, rather than
that's what I mean. Exactly,
she needs to become the antagonist. Which is what
that's what I mean. She's not doing it out of evil; she's doing it out of like necessity and grief or whatever.
And that's not quite the way it's done not the way it's done in the Raimi movie at all. Yeah. She's a lot. You could say she's a lot more far gone, but I would have rather have seen her. I'd rather have seen her get all the way to the edge in the show, so she could be at the edge when the movie began. Because there's a gap in between we never see, where she's like much crazier.
That'll be two division, right? Yes. Script is from 2019, so it had been kicking around a bit.
The cutting off his ball scene was one of my favorites.
Oh, I'm so glad that it was just.
I'm so glad it was just a rat. Yes,
you would know. I guess he was.
No, he can't. She told him he can't. You're not going to feel anything or be able to move. So it's like when that blood hits his face, his fucking
like, no, they went there.
Oh, fucking Jesus Christ! She's gonna do Annie from Misery on his ass. Right?
I spit on your grave more than.
Yeah, that's true too. I loved the hand sticking out of the sand. I think she did that shit on purpose to drive him. Like, because this is the point where she's like,
that was a very Evil Dead shot to the hand.
Wait, not Evil Dead. Not Evil Dead. Jaws.
I was going to say, Talk to Me.
Jaws, dead woman hand hanging out of the sand. Sticking
that's true. Okay.
I'll give me back my hand on the beach in the beginning.
I was so relieved when it was a rat, though. I'm like, my relief was, I was just like, oh, thank God it's a rat. He didn't actually.
Not because you don't want to see that happen to him, but just because you're like, oh my God, is that movie going there?
It's both. I don't want to see that happen to any person on screen, either gender, but it was just a relief. Anyways, I expected the boar to make a comeback in the film, and it didn't. I thought
not
for sure
anyone in any movie. Like you just mentioned, I Spit on Your Grave, and I was pretty okay with it happening there.
All right. Well, there are some exceptions.
Well, yeah, that's true.
But it's not like this dude had gone and done with the guy.
Exactly. I agreed. He had not gone to a place where he deserved that. So
I thought the girlfriend showing up was fucking weird. I just thought that was fucking weird. But I love the fact that she died, and I love the fact that her hand's sticking up in the beach and everything. It was fucking, and her telling him it was an accident, it was fucking great.
Yeah, the whole movie to me, it felt like an anthology story that was a feature length. Like this could have been a Tales from the Crypt or a Creep Show type thing, but they made the whole movie out of it. And that's where you would have like the girlfriend happens to find the one spot where the
sure.
Well, I mean, it happens too.
I enjoyed it though, but it had that vibe.
It struck me that they had been island hopping for quite a bit, and this has been weeks. So now the fact that they were just pulling up while she's on the beach, there's the coincidence.
Maybe you can't grow a beard. Maybe that's
it's just a little.
Yeah, maybe you can't.
A little too perfect, but
exactly, it's a little too perfect.
Like a horror comic.
It would have been just as easy for them to be already on the beach walking through the jungle, and she kind of finds them. It's easy for her to still intercept them before the other guy meets them. But
so let me ask you this real quick. Well, last thing before we get to scoring this. So who in this movie, who are you rooting for?
Oh, Rachel McAdams, 1,000%.
Are you rooting for Rachel McAdams? Marty, who are you rooting for?
The boar.
Definitely not rooting for I'm not rooting for the boar. The boar started
it. No, you're supposed to root for Rachel McAdams, right? Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah.
okay. I mean, I'm supposed to root. I'm supposed to root for the person who killed two innocent people.
I'm saying it's like a horror comic, right? Like a
it's like it's one of those where it's like I finished the movie. I was like, I like that, and I was kind of happy that she drives off with her bird, but at the same time, I'm like, this is a person that's killed 3 fucking people, and I'm like happy that they did.
It's the anti-drag me to hell. She gets away with it, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. The devil doesn't come to drag her down to hell. Okay.
Right. I'll say, as far as the guy, he tried to kill her first. Right. He was going to leave her on that island.
True.
So that's fine.
His girlfriend was innocent. Poor fucking guy who probably had a wife and kids who was driving that boat was innocent.
I disagree about the girlfriend being innocent anyway.
What the fuck did she do?
I mean, she's rich
and she's got a giant fucking diamond ring. Fuck her.
Correct. Yes. I don't want to say that, but that is the answer. That is why. You know, she doesn't love him because there's nothing to love. So she's kind of a gold digger. She's kind of nasty. Now the captain's innocent. I got to give you the captain is innocent. Did she push the captain? Did the captain slip? I kind of can't.
Oh, she hit him in the head with a fucking rock.
With a conch shell.
Oh, well, okay. Well, wait a minute. She was stretching with a rock in her hand, and he got in the way next to a cliff.
It was hot yoga day.
A lot.
That's how the lawyer would defend it. Yes,
more than you think. Yeah.
We just did a simple country lawyer.
We can't decide her motivations.
Somebody get George C. Scott for the prosecution immediately. God damn it. Sorry. That movie's coming up next.
Drag me to court.
First off, you asked me who I'm rooting for.
Yes.
You didn't ask me if there's a good guy.
That's right.
And I don't think there is. But I would say a bad world turned Rachel McAdams, who was a good person, into a bad person because bad people are the ones that thrive. And it turns out she was better at being bad than those bad people.
Horrible bosses.
And so now she thrives. Law of the jungle, survival of the fittest, whatever you want to call it.
Outlast, outwit, outplay.
Yeah, my entire point was that I think that, there is no real hero of the movie. The character's morally ambiguous.
Well, okay, how does the movie end?
The movie ends with her being a celebrity and driving off with her bird.
Correct. She ends the movie rich. So
right.
She wasn't going to get rich by not committing crimes.
So she becomes
That's not how you get rich,
and hated.
Cliff. Nobody who's rich hasn't committed crimes. They're all rich through crimes.
So she committed crimes so that she could become the thing that she hated.
Correct.
The thing that tormented her. She wants to do that because she's going to do it differently now that she's rich.
Oh, she's not going to do it differently at all.
It's like American
if you can't beat him, join
him. So then why the fuck am I rooting for her?
She's the one that survived.
Like the plan. I'm just glad somebody was taking care of her bird while she was on the island. So
I was thinking that too.
Nobody was taking care of that goddamn bird. That bird is dead.
It was
we
all
don't know
mind,
that she didn't just buy
Psycho.
another bird, guys. I mean, she's got the money.
It's the same thing with the gold. She just get a new one.
Right. Cockatiels are not that much, I can tell you.
Oh, so when you add champagne to an egg, it's called a champagne flip, to go back to the other movie. Because remember,
that's
disgusting.
I
had to look that up.
It's called "Get the fuck out of my kitchen," Marty.
Got the garlic salt.
Yeah. It's called "You're not making breakfast anymore," Marty.
You got any garlic salt?
It's supposed to be frothy.
All right. So what do you give it?
Me, out of 5, I'm giving it a 4.
I am fucking right there with you. I am right there with you.
I don't know what would take it up more. I could see. I don't know if you guys do 2.5s. I could see doing.
You can do 0.5. Yeah, if you want to do a 4.5.
I don't know if I want. I don't know. I want to go all the way to 4.5. I just want to crank maybe to like 2.5, 4.2.5, 4.25. But
fat 4,
right? I'm not
7 3/4.
Because I love the way it teases the romantic comedy, but it's like, oh no, of course not. But they really try to pull that out, and then they go all the way kind of the heart of the end.
Crazy with it.
It's right for Raimi. I think you're right that there is a moral ambiguity. She did have to become kind of what she didn't want to be,
right.
But Raimi doesn't always have happy endings, like we talked about. Drag Me to Hell.
He does this a lot in his movies, turning into what you don't.
She doesn't smile at the end when she looks at the camera and looks at you. It's a devious, dangerous stare. You're looking at a dangerous person, and that is what the film is apt. Everyone who is dead now underestimated her, and if you do it too, you're wrong. So
wasn't happy about it.
I am going 4.5. I am going all the way. I'm going to crank it up.
4.5.
Fat Baby Jones, 4.5.
All right. I'm going 4 for sure. It's a 4. I'm going to reserve the right to possibly go 4.5. I think this is one of his best horror movies. As far as, one of the getting out of his early sort of need to overcome low budget and just being wildly fucking creative. He's taken all that and tempered it into this fucking awesome directing style, going all the way from Spider-Man into this. And but I'm a big fan of Drag Me to Hell too. I love that movie. I think it's fucking insane. So I liked this quite a bit. Send help 4, maybe 4.5.
It's nice that that Raimi is able to make movies uncontrolled again. Like, because when he was first starting to make mainstream films like Darkman, he was quoted as saying things like, "I have to figure out how not to do the X-rated gore and stuff and be a mainstream movie." And now you can do both. And it's a huge success. So it's come full circle for him. It does kind of feel like Space Truckers a little bit, where it was like, oh, we got Stuart Gordon. You got to have the head given head scene. So it was almost like, well, I want a Raimi movie and it's horror. It's got to have certain aspects to it. But I think he balanced it well. I give it a 3.5. I think it's in the top half of his films. Definitely. So I enjoyed it. A little long. I thought maybe about 10 minutes or so too long, but I still did very much enjoy it.
What would you have cut?
I'd have to go back and watch it again. It'd probably be little things here and there to make the pacing a little better, but it's all good character development too. So
I'm honestly excited to watch it again because it's one of these movies where I'm wondering what I'm going to pick up on now that I know it. I'm like, ooh, what am I going to pick on? Is she giving certain looks that I missed? Is, this type of thing? And I
think when you do, you'll see more of what I was mentioning earlier about where I think the plan is a lot sooner. I think
I'll just see that you're completely wrong. I mean, it could be both. It could be either way, Rob. You never know.
There's a first time for everything.
And we take them to court.
No, Marty, don't try to prosecute Send Help. It'll be Cocaine Bear all over again.
Oh, God. Oh, he really hated Cocaine Bear. He thought he had a home run with that one.
We love Cocaine Bear. He's a mascot.
Well, Rob, thanks so much for coming on the show, buddy. You always bring I like that you always bring your own vision to it, and I always like the fact that you have a conviction about what you're going after. You're like, nope, this is what I think, and that's because sometimes you can talk people out of it, right? Rob's very much like, you're not talking me out of shit. Fuck that dude.
That's fun. I feel like I'm the most flexible on the court. I feel like I'm the guy you're going to talk. You're going to be the most likely to talk into things.
Yeah,
well,
here, just opinions about a movie or whatever when we're chatting. Is what I meant. But you're super flexible in the court. You do listen to the arguments, for sure.
You got anything you want to plug?
Well, like we mentioned, we got Reels of Justice chugging along. We've got a lot of great things. Got a Pearl Jam parody cover coming up for you, Marty. I know.
Oh, fun!
Oh, wow!
Pearl Jam.
Oh, lovely.
So that's coming up on a future episode, so you can enjoy that. I don't know if we're gonna have more Trailer Trash come out, but people can check out Trailer Trashed _D on YouTube, and we watch trailers and we get trashed. And there's a huge backlog on there, but we haven't done one in like a few months. So, but maybe it's kind of when the weather turns nice and that it's kind of a riffing show. Like we watch a trailer and we kind of riff, but like we really just improv it, and we do get very drunk. So, so that's kind of I haven't done too many because what's interesting is you can see kind of the way I'm dressed, how they're done in batches. And so kind of the way they're released sort of suggests how deep we get in the bag. And so towards the end of those batches, we're just exhausted because it will be like almost a solid hour of recording, but we'll have done several drinks to get through it. And it's quite heroic. So you've got to be in the right space for it, the right headspace for it. So maybe we'll get some more done. They're kind of fun. And you can always catch me on appearances all over the Schlenzoverse,
like this one right here, folks.
Yeah, absolutely. Catch me on Talking Pondo right now. This episode.
You guys want to get out of here on a quote? Marty, what do you got
about being president of this quiet earth?
I wouldn't ride with you if you were the last man on earth. I'm working on it.
Rob, you got your, what are you, is you going to do your Quiet Earth?
Yes, let's, I'm going to do From Send Help. Have you ever done any hunting? I think is what she says.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And then she says, I think I like it.
I like it.
Right?
Yeah. That's my ultimate quote.
Yeah.
Oh, I got it. Excellent.
My quote is, it was an accident. I swear to you. Anyway, let's get out of here. Rob, thanks again, buddy.
Anytime.
Later.
Don't miss an episode. Make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel, give us a 5-star rating on Apple Podcasts, and keep listening to the show on the app of your choice. Do it now.